Secretary General Dimitropoulos and Professor Anastasiadis, and thank you, Professor Foroglou, for that inspiring introduction. Let me answer the question that you've posed to me about how we can do that by just taking 2 seconds to go back and say a little bit about where we are, the UK, and why this matters, and I think how we're working with the Ministry, with Aristotle University, and with others to deliver what this forum is setting out to achieve. But before I do that, let me just thank everybody for the opportunity to participate. I think it's a superb initiative. Congratulations to the Aristotle University School of Medicine for it. And as those of you who were here at the previous session will have realized, we are very proud, and there is a significant Greek contribution to medical science and clinical medicine in the UK that we heard of from Mrs. Angelopoulou, Karabatsou, and Mitsaki previously. I think the key point for us is that, as Secretary General you have alluded to, the United Kingdom now, certainly in relation to Greece and our European Union partners, finds itself post our EU exit in a materially different position, or should I say correctly, a politically different position, as we are no longer a member of the European Union and those institutions. But as we heard earlier on today, that has not significantly changed the practical cooperation that we enjoy, and it certainly hasn't discouraged and isn't discouraging anybody from coming to the UK to continue their medical studies. And I think it's worth just saying that there are across the United Kingdom some 2,000 plus Greek doctors in clinics, hospitals, medicines, and a whole range of other medical practitioners and technicians. And some 80% of those have studied at Greek universities, including a significant proportion here at the Aristotle University School of Medicine. So that says something about what we've had in place before and what we're currently benefiting from. It might also say something about that wonderful catchphrase for the Aristotle School of Medicine here, the awesome phrase, which as a native English speaker, I rather like. But it is, of course, therefore, about the cooperation and collaboration that we enjoy and can give substance to going forward. And I stand in front of you today as a British diplomat, as the ambassador, but actually what I want to emphasize is the work that we're doing with the Ministry of Education, with the British Council, and with universities and academic institutions across Greece and the United Kingdom to strengthen that partnership, conscious that it is in both directions. And I think this is a really important point to make. This is not simply about continuing the decades of many thousands of Greek students coming to UK institutions, studying happily, going on, coming back home, whatever. That is important, and we want to capture that. We certainly respect it and value it enormously. But it is also about the partnership going forward. What do I mean by that? Well, we're working closely with Secretary General Dimitropoulos and Minister Karameas and the team, and with a range of institutions. We have a strategic partnership that we launched just some 12, 14 months ago to mobilize interest across the university sector. So not just in medical studies, but certainly with that playing a prominent part, with some 25 universities here in Greece and some 40 universities in the United Kingdom. And the aim being that it facilitates contact, understanding, and networking through a program of engagement and thematic webinars. And also the creation of an information portal so that we can help those institutions come together in the sort of collaborations that we know work and play such a crucial role. We're going beyond that in that working with the Greek authorities as well. We've had, with British government funding for the academic year that's just concluded, a student mobility scheme to enable a number of doctoral and postgraduate students to travel to the UK for work placements at top UK institutions and gain specialized knowledge and advance their research. And I'm delighted that the Greek authorities for this coming year, working again with the Ministry of Education and the National Scholarships Foundation and the British Council will be continuing that. So what does that mean for us looking now at medical studies and the cooperation between our two countries? I think the key point is that there is an established tradition, there is an enormous appetite, and there is a need and an opportunity there which we can meet and can meet together. I think just reflecting as a diplomat, if I may, for a second, where we stand as we look at the pandemic and the impact that has had over my work and the work of international relations over the last 2.5 years, we have seen a focus on healthcare, on medical science, on medical international cooperation that certainly I don't remember previously. And that gives, I would argue, an increased relevance and impetus to the work of this forum and to what we're discussing here today. And it also, I think, reminds us as partners and friends, irrespective of the political institutions of which we are a part, it reminds us that so much more can be achieved when we work collectively and we draw on the talents and skills of our young people, our up-and-coming generations, be those Greek medical students or British ones, be they Greek consultants or British consultants, or indeed other nationalities as well, that self-evidently it makes sense to do this in partnership and collaboration. So we will continue to support this initiative wholeheartedly. I won't go further into detail, but I hope a number of you did hear what we heard from the Hellenic Diaspora Association of Doctors and Mrs. Angelopoulou earlier on. I think it's really encouraging. And I'd just like to say that for the Aristotle Medical Forum, and certainly for the British Embassy here in Greece, this is a top priority for us and one that we will be continuing to support over the months and years ahead. Thank you very much.